How can you and I be a good listener to our intuition? I think many of us believe we actually don't have intuition or some type of inner guidance, but we actually do. We are continually receiving instruction and guidance, although we don't realize it much of the time. We are just so accustomed to ignoring that small, still voice and its nudges that we don't realize we are ignoring it until we start following it. Most of us are taught, since we were young, to not follow our inner guidance. Other people's ideas of how we should live our lives are impressed upon us from the time we are very young. And in that process of learning how others think we should live, we develop the tendency to not follow our inner guidance. As an adult, I think many of us, and often much of the time, have a feeling that we're not quite sure why we're here on planet Earth and what the meaning of our life is. It is common as adults to feel unfulfilled and unhappy and even stuck in our lives for extended periods of time. But we don't have to continue to feel that way, my sweet friend. What is the solution, and how can we learn to be a good listener to our own intuition? Do you remember when you were little and you had big dreams? You just knew that you could accomplish certain things. You were sure of it. Yet, over the years, as you grew up, you saw more and more that most people's dreams did not come true, and so you set yours aside for what you knew you could accomplish. You knew you could accomplish what most people do. You could go to school, you could work at a certain job, you could pay your bills, and try to make your time not at work something enjoyable and inspirational. But your dreams lay dormant deep inside you, and that small child still has memories of what they like to accomplish in this world. And this, my sweet friend, is where your intuition is the key that unlocks the life you are meant to live. And the great news is that small, still voice is still speaking within you all of the time. It's just a matter of recognizing it and then beginning to follow it in faith. To begin convincing yourself that you do indeed have inner guidance, start paying attention to the serendipitous occurrences in your everyday life. It may be that you run into an old friend that you haven't seen in a while and you had just been thinking about them. You could need a parking space right by the doorway of the store, and one opens up as soon as you pull into that row. Maybe you wanted a certain type of coffee and you stopped at a different cafe than the one you usually go to, and sure enough, they were featuring the exact drink that day that you so wanted. When you begin to take notice of how life is unfolding in little ways to your advantage, you will realize that your small, still inner voice is guiding you every day. And simply by noticing this guidance, your confidence will increase, and you'll come to understand that you are not alone on your life path, and that indeed your dreams can come true. How can noticing these serendipities that occur every day in your life lead you to fulfilling your hopes and aspirations? By becoming a good listener, my sweet friend, choosing to listen to your intuition over the voices of others and what society thinks you should do with your life. What, then, is a practical plan you can start applying today that will bring you from where you are to where you want to be in life? begin by deciding that whatever guidance, intuition, whatever the small still voice is showing you each day, that you will make a note in your phone of the information you are receiving. Do this for 7 days, keeping an ongoing list of all the nudges and intuition that you are receiving. At the end of 1 week, write out on a piece of paper all that you have written in the notes in your phone. The direction, the instruction, and the guidance. Write it all down. This simple 1-week exercise will prove 2 things to you, my sweet friend. First, it will make you realize that you are indeed not alone and that you're receiving guidance from within every day of your life. Secondly, you will see that this guidance is for your good, to help you on your life path. And as you pay more attention to and follow the instructions you are receiving, you will recognize that this small, still voice is powerful and wise and can help you, therefore, to accomplish the life of your dreams. As you become a good listener to your own intuition, tuning in to your inner knowing, and tuning out the distractions of the world, your life will progressively and steadily morph more and more into the life that you just knew when you were little you could accomplish when you grew up. If Swanky Genius encouragements helped your heart, we'd be ever so grateful if you liked, commented, subscribed, shared our podcasts, and check out our book, journal, and coloring book series featuring Lamp the cat and Swanky Genius the bird, who are whimsical best pals at swankygenius.com.